I'm standing on the banks of a truly remarkable natural wonder. A river that, in its immense journey, weaves itself through the very fabric of 10 distinct nations. It begins as a mere trickle, a whisper of water high in the mountains, yet it grows into a formidable force, a liquid artery that pulses with life, history, and culture. This is not just a body of water. It is a shared inheritance, a ribbon of blue that ties together disparate lands and peoples in a common story written by the flow of time. From its humble origins to its grand finale in a vast sea, this river has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, nourished civilizations, and provided a stage for the endless drama of the natural world. Along its banks, millions of people draw their sustenance, their livelihoods, and their very identity from its waters. It is a sanctuary for an astonishing diversity of wildlife, a crucial corridor for migration, and a source of inspiration for artists, poets, and dreamers for countless generations. Join me as we embark on an epic voyage, following this magnificent river from its source to the sea. We will explore the unique character it takes on in each country it touches, from the grand imperial cities that line its shores to the wild, untamed landscapes it has carved over millennia. We will discover how this single, flowing entity connects not just geography, but the hearts and destinies of all who live along its path. It is a journey that reveals the profound and intricate connection between humanity and the natural world. Our journey begins here, deep within the enchanting embrace of Germany's Black Forest. It is a realm of ancient trees where sunlight dapples the forest floor and folklore seems to whisper on the wind. It is in this mystical landscape that two small streams, the Brigach and the Breg, are born. They are modest, unassuming waterways trickling over moss-covered stones and fallen leaves, giving little hint of the mighty future that awaits their union. It is a quiet, almost secretive beginning for what will become one of Europe's greatest rivers. In the town of Donaueschingen, these two streams converge. It is a moment of quiet significance, a hydrological christening. Here, in the grounds of a princely castle, a spring, the Donauquelle, is ceremonially marked as the river's official source. From this point onward, it is known as the Danube. It leaves the forest behind, still a youthful river, but already gathering strength and purpose. Its waters, clear and cold, begin to carve a path eastward, embarking on a voyage that will span nearly 3,000 kilometers. As it flows through the German state of Bavaria, the young Danube begins to shape the world around it. It meanders through rolling hills and picturesque valleys, its presence nurturing lush meadows and fertile plains. Historic towns and castles perched on its banks stand as silent witnesses to its long history. The river, even in its infancy, has been a vital artery for trade and transport, a source of power and a provider of life for centuries. It is a gentle giant here, its power still contained. The river passes through cities like Ulm, with its towering cathedral, and Regensburg, a perfectly preserved medieval city and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In these urban landscapes, the Danube is not a wild force, but a civilized companion. Graceful stone bridges span its width, their arches reflected in its steady surface. The river becomes a backdrop for daily life, a place for recreation, and a constant, reassuring presence that has defined the character of these cities for generations. Before it bids farewell to its homeland, the Danube navigates the spectacular Weltenberg Narrows. Here the river has sliced a dramatic gorge through sheer limestone cliffs, a testament to its patient, relentless power over geological time. The water deepens and quickens, swirling through the narrow passage. It is a final, breathtaking display of its formative power in Germany before it crosses the border. Its volume swollen, its character forged, ready for the next chapter of its extraordinary journey across a continent. Crossing the border, the Danube enters Austria, where its character transforms. It is no longer just a river of nature, but a river of empire. Its waters broaden, its flow becomes more stately, as if aware of the grandeur it is about to encounter. It sweeps through a landscape of unparalleled beauty, the Wachau Valley. Here, steep, terraced vineyards climb the hillsides, producing some of the world's finest wines. The river has sculpted this valley, and in turn, the valley has adorned the river. This stretch of the river is a gallery of history. Perched high above the water are the romantic ruins of medieval castles, each with a tale of chivalry, conflict, and intrigue. The most famous, perhaps, is Dürnstein, where Richard the Lionheart was once held captive. The river below seems to hold these stories in its depths, its currents echoing the passage of crusaders, merchants and monarchs. The waterway became the primary route for the movement of armies and ideas, shaping the destiny of the Habsburg dynasty. The river's journey through Austria culminates in its arrival at Vienna. Here, the Danube is not merely a feature of the city, it is the city's soul. For centuries, Vienna was the capital of a vast empire, and the river was its gateway to the east. The city's magnificent architecture, its palaces, opera houses and cathedrals were all built with the wealth that flowed along this aquatic highway. The Blue Danube Waltz by Johann Strauss II immortalized the river, forever linking it with the elegance and romance of Imperial Vienna. Today, the river in Vienna is a complex system. The main channel flows past the modern city, a hub of international commerce and transport. But the old arm, the Alte Donau, provides a tranquil oasis for residents. Here, sailboats drift on calm waters, and swimmers cool off in the summer heat. It demonstrates a remarkable harmony between a major modern waterway and the human need for nature and recreation, a balance that Vienna has carefully cultivated, leaving the capital behind. The Danube flows eastward, passing through the Donau-Auen National Park. This is one of the last remaining major wetland landscapes in Central Europe, a floodplain forest that depends on the river's natural rhythm of high and low water. It is a haven for biodiversity, a wild counterpoint to the cultivated landscapes and imperial cities. Here, the river is allowed to be itself, to flood and recede, sustaining a rich tapestry of life before it continues its journey towards the next border. As the Danube leaves Austria, it forms a natural flowing border with Slovakia. For a stretch, the river is a line of demarcation, a political boundary written in water. But it is a boundary that unites as much as it divides. On its northern bank rises Bratislava, the Slovak capital. The city's history is inextricably linked to the river. Its strategic location on the Danube made it a coveted prize for centuries, a crossroads of cultures and a vital commercial hub. The magnificent Bratislava castle stands sentinel on a hill overlooking the river, a powerful symbol of the city's long and often turbulent history. From its ramparts, one can gaze across the water into Austria and, on a clear day, even see Hungary. The river here is a constant reminder of Slovakia's position at the heart of Europe. It has brought invaders and traders, ideas and influences, all of which have been absorbed into the nation's unique cultural identity. Further downstream, the river's role as a border gives way to its function as a lifeline. The vast plains of southern Slovakia, known as the Danubian lowland, represent the country's agricultural heartland. This incredibly fertile region owes its existence to the river. For millennia, the Danube's floods have deposited rich alluvial soils, creating a perfect environment for growing crops. The river's water is also channeled for irrigation, ensuring bountiful harvests that feed the nation. But this relationship is not without its challenges. The river's power, which brings such fertility, can also bring devastation. The people of this region have learned to live with the threat of floods, building extensive systems of dikes and levees to protect their homes and fields. The Gabčíkovo Dam, a monumental piece of engineering on the Danube, is a testament to the modern effort to control the river's flow, generating hydroelectric power while also managing flood risks, a project that itself has been a source of international debate. Beyond the cities and farmlands, the Danube's Slovakian banks harbour precious ecosystems. The river's oxbow lakes and floodplain forests are vital habitats for a multitude of species. Cormorants, herons and kingfishers hunt in its shallows, while the waters teem with fish. These natural areas are a reminder of the wild river that still exists beneath the surface of modern management and control. As the Danube continues its journey, it leaves behind a Slovakia that it has both defined and sustained. The Danube enters Hungary and, it undergoes this dramatic change of direction. At the Danube Bend, just north of Budapest, the river, which has been flowing eastward, suddenly makes an abrupt turn to the south, almost as if it's pausing to gather itself before plunging right into the heart of the country. This scenic stretch is honestly one of Hungary's most cherished landscapes. The river winds past the historic town of Esztergom with its colossal basilica, and the hilltop castle of Visegrad, the former royal seat. It's a region that's totally steeped in the founding myths of the Hungarian nation, but it's in Budapest, really, where the Danube becomes the nation's main artery. The river cleaves the capital into two distinct halves. There's the hilly, historic Buda on the west bank, and the flat, bustling commercial centre of Pest on the east. But instead of dividing, the river actually unifies them. A series of magnificent bridges, each one an architectural masterpiece, stitch the two sides together. The iconic chain bridge, guarded by its stone lions, was the first permanent crossing, and it stands as a symbol of national progress and unity. For the people of Budapest, the Danube is the city's grandest public space. Its embankments are promenades for strolling lovers, its waters a stage for cruise boats, and its bridges are illuminated like necklaces of pearls at night. The Hungarian Parliament building, which is just a breathtaking example of Gothic revival architecture, sits majestically on the Pest embankment, its reflection shimmering on the river's surface. The river is a mirror to the city's soul, reflecting its grandeur, its history, and its vibrant modern life. South of the capital, the Danube spreads out, slowing its pace as it flows across the great Hungarian plain. This is a land of immense skies and, honestly, agricultural abundance. The river's influence is everywhere, feeding a network of canals and tributaries, watering the vast fields of sunflowers and corn. It supports not only agriculture, but also a rich tradition of fishing. The river's famous fish, like the carp and the pike perch, are central to Hungarian cuisine, forming the basis of its beloved fisherman's soup, or halászl. Before leaving Hungary, the river nourishes unique natural habitats like the Gyermek forest, a vast floodplain woodland that's home to red deer and wild boar. Here, the river's annual floods aren't a threat, but a life-giving pulse that sustains the entire ecosystem. It's a final glimpse of the wild Danube, a reminder of the untamed nature that's coexisted with Hungarian culture for over 1,000 years. The river leaves Hungary having been its cradle, its capital's centerpiece, and its breadbasket. As the Danube journeys southward from Hungary, it forms the border with Croatia, a nation, you know, that's renowned for its stunning Adriatic coastline. But here in the country's far east, it's the river that really defines the landscape and bestows a totally different kind of beauty. This region, Slavonia, is a world away from the sunny islands and coastal towns. It's a flat, fertile plain, a continental landscape where the Danube's presence is absolutely paramount, shaping both nature and human life in profound ways. The river's most significant contribution to Croatia's natural heritage is the creation of Kopaki Rit. This is one of Europe's largest and most important wetlands, a vast inland delta formed at the confluence of the Danube and its tributary, the Drava. It's an intricate mosaic of channels, lakes, and flooded forests, really a paradise for wildlife. The park is a critical stopover for hundreds of thousands of migratory birds, a cacophony of wings and calls that fills the air during spring and autumn. Kopaki Rit is a world governed by water. The landscape is in constant flux, its appearance totally transformed by the river's fluctuating levels. When the Danube swells, it inundates the forests, creating this almost ethereal, submerged world. In these nutrient-rich waters, fish populations explode, providing a feast for an astonishing density of birds. It's home to a thriving population of white-tailed eagles, their huge nests perched in the tops of ancient oak trees, their piercing cries echoing over the wetlands. For the people living on the edge of this wild domain, the river has always been a source of both opportunity and respect. Fishing has been a way of life for centuries, with traditional techniques passed down through generations. The fertile land, enriched by the river's silt, supports agriculture, though always with an awareness of the river's power. The culture of Slavonia is deeply connected to the land and the water, a rhythm of life dictated by the seasons and the flow of the great river. The city of Vukovar, situated directly on the Danube, stands as a poignant symbol of the river's enduring presence through times of both peace and conflict. The city, heavily damaged during the Croatian War of Independence, has been rebuilt on the river's banks. Its water tower, scarred but still standing, is a monument to resilience. Today,